Here is a full week's worth of shopping for me, eating primarily animal-based, but keeping it to an 80-20 split. Starting off with steak, minced beef, 15% because I like to get those healthy fats in, but also messing around with a little bit of chicken thighs and some pork. Over here, I'm making sure to take off the skin, don't you worry about that. Also, stacking up some of that smoked salmon, absolutely love this on some sourdough bread, which I did get, but it's already in the box. And topping that with some scrambled eggs, absolutely game changer. Moving over here, mushrooms, just like to saute them up with a bit of butter. Over here, a bunch of different cheeses, mozzarella, brie, cheddar, feta, which goes on perfectly on the guac that I love to make with all of these beautiful avocados and tomatoes over here. Now, moving on to the 0% fat, making sure there's no additives in those bad boys. And every night, mixing them with a bunch of honey and also with these berries over here. Usually I prefer strawberries and blueberries, but this is just a cheaper alternative, so that's what we go for. I also got some basil because I want to make some homemade pesto, and I got some flat leaf parsley because I want to make some chimichurri. Then a lot of fruit, all of this fruit. Don't mind the leftover chicken right there, that's from yesterday. Then obviously the most delicious little bit of carbs right there. Can't go wrong with garlic, absolutely need them. And finishing it off with these two long boys, I mean to say average, and a good old-fashioned onion. I just weighed in at 81.6 kilograms, which is about 0.4 kilograms less than I was expecting by the end of the week. So I'm quite happy about that. Maybe it shows. Literally, I don't eat in the mornings. I do intermittent fasting pretty much every day. Whether I'm cutting, whether I'm not, I do intermittent fasting. It's very rare that I won't do it. But some Sundays, you go out, you know, you might have brunch or whatever. And in those days, I won't be doing intermittent fasting when I'm giving myself a little bit of a break, as it were. Not that I would recommend ever getting a break. The best way to do nutrition is definitely to just stick with it and have a life plan sort of thing. So I'm starting with an Americano with some honey inside, because honey is the best kind of sweetener. And that's what I'm having before the gym in about 3 hours. So on my way to the gym, of course, I had to go topless. Summer is here, and I'm going abroad to Greece in approximately less than a month. 20 days, I think, or so. Essentially, I should get a pre-tan before the actual tan, because currently I'm looking a little bit white in places. And it's just good to have the beginnings of something. If you want to tan and you're particularly white, mind you, I tan very well. If you're particularly white and you want to tan, but you're worried that you're gonna burn, then I suggest to grab a natural, mineral, non-chemical, non-fragrance, non-alcohol based sunscreen. And also I would suggest, and I would also suggest pre-tanning. Basically, in a country like England, we don't get much sun, and even when we do, the sun still isn't that strong. So walking around with your shirt off, as a guy at the very least, helps a lot. See, I'm already pre-tanned, kind of, except for like the middle, and maybe if you can see the back as well. Anyway, gym session right now. I am doing a 3-day fast in 5 days, I think next week. So right now, I didn't work out for the past 3 days because I needed some time to rest. I'd hit myself pretty hard at the gym, and so I was really feeling the fatigue going on, and rest is important, so you have to make sure that you're getting it whenever your body says that you absolutely need it. But in preparation for the 3 days that I'm not going to be working out, I've decided to do a leg focus push, leg focus pull day today, tomorrow, then Sunday, and then Monday as well. And Monday's when I'm starting the Monday's when I'm starting the actual fast at around 6 p.m. So what the hell is going on? Too many cars. Monday's when I'm starting the fast, and so I'm going to be focusing on a leg focused push day, leg focused pull day, today, tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, and going hard on 2 of those days and going light on the other 2 in preparation for the 3-day no gym full bone broth fast. Again, expect a video during that time. Anyway, into the actual workout. point, I am perpetually in the nude. Whatever, that was the workout done. Hopefully you got to see a little glimpse of it. I was basically doing kind of a pyramid style, like a semi-pyramid style workout, where I start off with a warm-up round, just a warm-up set real quick, and then I do 3 more sets, going from ultra heavy, something that I could barely do realistically, to a point where I was like somewhere along medium. So it'd be first set ultra heavy, second set roughly the heaviest I could do with good form, and then third set a little bit lighter, but really pumping out the sets, absolutely destroying myself. I'm certain I'm going to feed it tomorrow because I can feel the pump right now and it feels absolutely amazing. Now we're on to Waitrose to grab a couple of ingredients, because tonight I'm making chicken with something, I don't know what, probably some kind of chicken bread, chicken wholemeal pita wrap with guac on top, and then for dessert I've decided to make a high protein cheesecake. So let's get to that. Chicken for today, like I said, but there is only one way to make chicken when you cannot be bothered to actually make chicken. It's very simple. All you do, grab the chicken that you're gonna eat and yogurt. Then in the yogurt, you put all of your spices, salt, pepper, paprika, whatever you want, garlic, and if you're so inclined, soy sauce. Now personally, I don't recommend soy sauce, but every once in a while I like to have it as well. And give it a good mix, a good one-handed mix, because you're holding the phone and the camera with the other hand. And next, all you grab is this, and you just pour it on top, just like that. So don't be afraid to get nice and dirty, all in, and get salmonella all across your kitchen. Make sure to clean that up afterwards. But once it's all thoroughly mixed up, we put it in the oven, and then you just watch it. That's all you have to do. Once you've done this, you just watch. Get ready with everything else. For me, it'll be eggs, it'll be guac, and then it'll be a bit of sourdough bread, and that's gonna be my dinner. You might be asking, Momcho, why are you eating thighs? I thought you were on a cut. I am on a cut. Why am I eating thighs? Because they're cheaper. I get 2 kilos for about £5 from Tesco. Really abnormally cheap. Now, are they the highest quality cuts of thighs? Hell no. Of course not. If I could get those, if I could afford those every single day, guess what? I'd be getting pasture-raised chicken thighs with my salmonella hands over here. I'd be getting that. But I can't. It is what it is. So I opt for this. At the end of the day, protein is protein, and at the end of the day, meat is meat. Now, beef is going to be the cleanest, then so is lamb. Then I'd go for the chicken or pork, your choice. But even the eggs, realistically, you want to be going pasture raised. But if you can't, you go for the next best thing. And even if it's corn-fed, even if it's not A2 grade milk or whatever the case might be, go for meat. Meat is healthy across the board. It's simple as, right? Yes, this might raise my linoleic acid a little bit, but I've stopped using seed oils. So overall, I'm doing a lot better. In my opinion anyway, that's how I just like to feed. That's what I believe in terms of nutrition, and so that's what I'm going for. Yes, these are going to be more calorific. Yes, they contain more fat. But realistically, I also get rid of all of the skin when I eat them, usually. Also, make note, I only eat once a day. Considering that, I don't mind eating this. I don't mind eating with the skin on. If I was eating 2-3 meals a day and I was trying to petition perfectly curated caloric meals, getting my macros perfect, then yes, I would undoubtedly be eating chicken breast, or I'd be de-skinning them 100% all of the time. That's not the case. That's not what's happening. Over here, I'm eating once a day, so I'm eating these bad boys like this. And this is the chicken you get. If you want a little bit more crispy, you just let it sit in the oven for a little bit longer. Alright, so maybe you can see here what kind of concoction I've made. I'm the kind of person that really likes to just have everything packed on. I hate the way a lot of places do pizza, for example, because they'll give you a couple of slices of pepperoni and they'll leave it quite barren. I'm not that kind of person. I really like every single thing topped on. So over here, we've got sourdough bread. We have a layer of chicken. Actually, we have a layer of chimichurri because I had some left over yesterday. We have a layer of chicken. We have a layer of scrambled eggs. We have cheese on this one. We have hot sauce on this one. We don't, because I like to vary it up. And then we have some guac on top. So it looks like an absolute mess. And trust me, it eats like one too. Let's try this bad boy. Oh, Oh yeah. If you don't mind, I'm gonna lick my hands off. Now this meal's macros come out to about 1,100 calories and about 62 grams of protein. So not a lot. I had to actually reduce the amount of chicken I was eating so I could leave some for everybody else. And that always hurts. Trust me, usually I'm getting about 80 grams of protein from just my food. If you're gonna eat protein, I think you should roughly aim for 1.6 times your body weight, desired body weight, in kilos, or 0.7 times your body weight, your desired body weight, in pounds. As long as you're hitting that, you're hitting a minimum in order to be in an anabolic state, aka in order to make muscle and in order to grow. Now, of course, there are a million other things that you have to take into account. For example, I am eating in a calorie deficit here. So this over here is virtually nothing to my daily caloric goals. Later on though, I'm going to make sure to have a little bit of protein. I actually have some beef protein I just bought from 8 Nutrition, and it's absolutely amazing. You know Cocoa Pops, like the leftover milk when it gets nice and chocolatey, that's basically what it's like. I chose the cacao and maple sea salt version, which is absolutely phenomenal, isn't overpowering at all, and super delicious. Obviously you're getting all the amino acids, but you're getting none of the issues with whey, and it mixes quite well, which is surprising because I know that beef protein usually has that issue. So I'm gonna have 2 scoops of that so I can hit 100 grams just in terms of protein for the day. And then I'm also having a fairly high protein dessert where maybe I will even have another scoop of protein. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this bad boy and I'm gonna see you guys for the milkshake and then later for dessert. And then the last thing of the day, these beautiful protein, high protein brownies topped with a little bit of Maryland cookies and 1 glass of milk. Thank you very much. Gotta love milk. Macros for these are insane. All I've put in: cottage cheese, yogurt, honey, cacao, using this 8 Nutrition beef protein powder. Absolutely great. 26 grams for a serving, which results in 108 calories and 19 grams of protein. So that is literally all I've put into this dessert. And the total macros comes out for 2 cakes. The total macros comes out to about 808 calories and about 66 grams of protein. Now, you can have half of this dessert and you're going to be eating, half of a cake. So not half of the entire dessert. I mean, you can have half of the dessert if you want to. But you're going to have half of an entire cake and you're getting about 200 calories and about 15 grams of protein per serving. And it's delicious as all hell. So I'm going to finish my day off with that. And that is usually how I eat on a regular day-to-day basis. I eat 1 meal. I usually have some snacks sprinkled throughout the day. And I have 1 dessert.